It's Wednesday, October something. From how it looks, from how it appears, um, yeah, there's stuff going on I don't know about. Stuff, information. I'm not included. I'm not part of it. I don't belong. It's a different conversations that I'm not taking part in. I'm not, not part of the conversation. So, I knew it was a possibility. That nothing to do with me. It's none of my business. Yeah. So that's how it appears. I haven't been contacted. No one's asked me anything. Yeah, and I don't feel comfortable asking questions. It feels like if it, it's like, it's just, it's not my concern. And also, I would just be interfering my thoughts, feelings, contributions over the past year, or participation, whatever you want to call it, association, my investment into whatever, if you want to call it that. It's not the word I want, but what does it mean? I don't know. Significance, consequence. I feel like additional attention would be bad form. That's where that interference comes in. It's like, well, there's all this stuff going on that I don't know about, and hints of, well, not just hints, open declarations of affiliations of intense variety, a relationship. I don't want to get in the way of that. Well, but no, I should not get in the way of that. It'd be disgraceful, dishonorable, and so choices have been made, and I will abide by such choices. So in this case, I am left to guess at what the choices are and interpret what I think they might be, which means it's not about me, it's not for me, it has nothing to do with me, therefore none of my business. So I just, I'm left, I'm free to watch or observe or whatever, but my participation is not required or sought. And yeah, so I was about to take out my contacts and just put it to bed, but I was just about to. I was like, I've got stuff to say. And it's not a, it's not a goodbye. It's a good luck. Safe travels. Wherever it ends up. Because I was thinking, like, I want to ask questions, but, I know from a, it's like I don't get answers unless I ask the right questions. Some questions, my questions, I don't get answers to. It's not because there's not answers. It's they don't know the answers, or they don't want to say. So that's fair. So in this case, the question would have been, so where are you headed? And I can only imagine it's Texas, or California, or New York, but it's not here. It's not anywhere close to here. So that makes me sad. decisions for themselves, for their own interests, for their own future, and what they're looking for to get out of life and things like that. Same as me. So, more power to them, and cool. As soon as I know for sure that that is the case, then I can be like, okay, they are taken care of, they are good, and then I can just kind of, all right, it's one less thing to think about. I can just be like, okay, that they are in some relationship with some person, and like, cool, and then I can do whatever I want to do with the rest of my life, or meet new people, or not, whatever I feel like doing. New people to get to know. I don't really have anybody that I'm really interested in getting to know, but that doesn't mean that there aren't people. It just means I have to find them and put myself out there, and do that, I guess. Talking to people, which I'm not really good at, even though it looks like it. I put on a good show out there. It looks, but that's me being, who it is that I think people want me to be for them. I'm not relaxed, I'm on guard. It's like muscles tense. And I forget sometimes that it's like, I can relax. It's not quite that bad, but, I do forget that I'm performing a lot out there. And I get caught being natural sometimes, and I get strange looks. And it's like, oh, right, the behavior that I usually try to modify, cover up, and keep suppressed. It's my natural inclinations and attributes, which I've been practicing letting myself be more free with, and to hell with whoever has to say anything, or any strange looks or whatever. It's like, no, I don't care. Look away. Go ahead and look to your heart's content. I don't care. Because it is annoying and it does bother me, but oh well. And I don't know. I like attention, but not too much attention, and it's got to be like the right attention or something. So I don't even know what that is, but I wish I knew. Well, no, not really. I like how it is I am, and part of how it is I am is being, yeah, and also, I've been, writing notes, lots of notes. Have I read my notes? It's very challenging. So it's like, because I have been tracking towards and believing towards an unfathomability that really was kind of, I didn't have, well, I hadn't prepared for being completely wrong. I always knew that I could be, and I was right for myself. But I hadn't fully prepared to be 100% wrong about everything. And that, and it's nothing, it's all me. I created, a work of fiction, a fictional relationship, um, you know, they didn't even know about. They didn't contribute. Well, I made up, I embellished and exaggerated and placed myself within their universe, without permission, without asking. Just took a spot. And they just didn't tell me no. And I wouldn't even let them. I just stayed away from certain things. That way they didn't really have, they kind of, I don't know, they just let me believe what I wanted to believe, because I was going to do it anyway. Didn't have the heart to break me, I guess. Just figured I'd probably go away eventually. Or find some peace with it, or meet somebody else that got my attention or something. But I would sort myself out, which I do and I will after my protocol of suffering is reached. My quota, my due. I've earned it. I do it to myself, and it won't be the last time either. So, anyway, like I said, it's not goodbye, it's good luck. To me too. Because, like I've said, nothing's been to waste. Not for me. It's been a good experience. Even if it doesn't, I don't know which way it's going to turn out. I haven't set my mind on any particular outcome as far as what is or what isn't happening. I still hold a shred of, it's like, well, I'm not good at anything, as far as like communicating with other people and interpreting reality, unless being specifically told or involved. It's like I will just assume that it has nothing to do with me. And maybe I'm supposed to ask, or maybe I'm supposed to know, and I don't. I'm supposed to understand. I don't. I'm supposed to put things together, or make deductions or inferences, and assume the right assumptions, to have picked up on clues and keys and connotations. And it's like, oh yeah, I've totally put together a story that explains or makes sense to me, but it's not the right one. It's not the one that has anything. So it's like, I don't even know who the players are, or the characters, or the histories. I've just put together something, but couldn't tell you what it is, or explain it, like how it is I think things are, or, so it's usually, yeah, that's where the whole non-interference thing comes back in. It's like, if I'm needed, or somebody has anything to say, it's like, they know how to contact me. So, I haven't been contacted. And no one's missing me. I might be missing, but no one's missing me. So, yeah, it hurts. To not be noticed, to not belong, to not feel valued or important, or of significance, of contribution, that, a part of something. And that was another thing. It's like I felt like a part of something that I wanted to be a part of. Something, in it, I've spoken them before and written them before. But anyway. And I feel okay about the stuff. Not happy, but when am I ever happy? Oh. And I'm whispering because it's kind of late here. Neighbor. Thin walls. So, I do wish them the best. And I was thinking about all the things that we don't have in common. No, actually, we have a lot in common. And that's, what are the chances? And I can smile over that. It's like, yep. It's so crazy. And it's like, who is this other person? Who are they? What are they? Where are they? Where have they been this entire time, and what have they been doing? What is the nature of the conversation? It's all hidden. Well, I just don't see it. It's not hidden. It's just I don't get to see it. So there's all this, their entire life that I don't know about, that I wanted to, but I was not, it's okay. I wanted to involve them, to invite them, but they have other things they'd like to do, which is okay. Who am I to say? But, in the worst case scenario, I've got a very interesting friend that I don't talk to, and we'll never meet. So, I probably need to focus more on people that I have around me in my, which I have been, people that are actually I get to see and talk to in person. Especially over this past month, when they disappeared again. They didn't disappear. They just went away for a while. And it won't be long before it's like, oh, it's the winter break, and then it'll be the spring break, and then it'll be the summer break, and then it'll be the fall break. And if I just spend, so much time just waiting and watching and sticking around, it's like that's all I'll end up doing. So it's like I need to move on, do something else, meet other people, write different stories, write different stories for different people. So, for people, people that I get some feedback from instead of just me just guessing and stuff. I don't like having to guess at everything because I just never been good at it. People think I understand, give me credit for understanding, because it appears that most of the time but that's just me because I can work with so little. So, and also have a very good memory for putting things together. So, yeah. So, I'm a little sad, but I'm still happy for that. And it gives me closure. That's what I'm looking for. I need closure to be able to accept or to accept. So, It's a win-win. I'm always looking for the win-win scenario. So it should become clear. It's probably already been clear and is clear. It's just, I just don't want to look at it. You know, the writing's been on the wall for a long time, and I just didn't want to read it. Or I'm just really bad at interpreting everything. Because I still want to believe that I'm just, oh, everything is exactly as I'd hoped for, and somehow it doesn't. And I'm supposed to know already, and I'm supposed to be like excited or something. And it's like, oh my gosh. And if it actually were true, I wouldn't even know. And I'm just not in the loop yet. And it's like, well, a surprise. What's your address? I wouldn't even know. Like, I don't think of myself as a person that can be visited. Like, how do you visit me? I wouldn't know. No one visits. I don't have people over. I am not met. People don't meet me. So that's just a foreign concept. Visitors. So anyway, but I was prepared, and I did want to involve and invite, but we shall see. And I have my notes, but they just haven't been written. It'll take me time. Time I got. And I can make more. I can't create life, but I can create time. Apparently it's a skill. So, I guess that's all I've got. And yeah, it still hurts though. But I'll survive. I'd like to say I'd survived worse, but this is up there. It's on the scale. It registers. Yeah. I can feel that.